Not that long ago, the US had recently purchased the app TikTok, and since then the algorithm has been confusing to say the least. People's algorithms are getting completely reset. Creators are now getting lower views than they've seen before. And what makes it worse is that millions of people just blindly agree to the new terms of service that they added. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that's kind of terrifying. This YouTuber by the name of Tanner just released a video called TikTok Isn't For You Anymore, in which he goes into detail and explains behind the scenes of what's really going on with the new TikTok that everybody is seeing. And from what I can see, it is much worse than what we thought.
So TikTok has been frequently down, the For You page reset, and now you can't search anything. And TikTok has been down before, but let's talk about the terms and conditions that we just signed. Okay, so TikTok is like unusable right now. And if they really wanted to reset our algorithms and fuck everything up, why would they choose a snowstorm? Girl, we are all home. We are all on our phones. Every single person that farts right now, we are fucking noticing it. We are going through active censorship on TikTok right now. Because I am a creator on TikTok, I wanted to kind of give you guys like the insights to what's going on our point of view, because from your point of view, the app is down. Things are running really slow. You're not seeing the same videos on your For You page that you used to be seeing. But from our end, shit is not posting.
What? I can't imagine being somebody who makes money off content and the app that provides the revenue, the app that provides said content, that provides views, it just straight up just stops working. Like, that's like getting hired at a job and then the job just gets bought out by another company and now you're jobless. Like, that is scary.
So if you did not see already, the US now owns TikTok. This sale was forced, and literally we knew that things were gonna start getting fishy, but I did not realize how immediate the impacts would be of this sale. TikTok is one of the only algorithms that you can really see uncensored opinions across the board. You see a lot of creators give their takes. You see a lot of creators kind of have to like censor words with like the little asterisk symbol, right? An individual word being censored is one thing. All videos on a topic being censored is another.
I don't know, is TikTok really as uncensored as he's trying to make it sound? Because I've had multiple incidents with TikTok where I've simply just said the N-word because I'm a black man, and boom, that has gotten a video taken down. It's gotten me with warnings and stuff like that. So I don't necessarily know if that's true. If anything, I think the most uncensored app really is Twitter, if I'm being completely honest with you, because there are techniques that people are doing on TikTok to avoid these troubles. Like, they're using, instead of using the A word, they're using like AHH. Like, most of the substitute swear words that you see in trending nowadays are because people are trying to avoid trouble on TikTok. So I can't really agree when he says TikTok is uncensored, because I've seen it way too many times. People are very careful for a reason. But I will say it isn't restrictive in terms of what you can see, and in terms of what it does allow on TikTok. You can see it doesn't try to necessarily push an agenda. It kind of really just feeds into your own desires, which is why TikTok is a very dangerous app. Which is why I barely be on it.
An individual word being censored is one thing. All videos on a topic being censored is another. What we're seeing, especially with what's going on with ICE in Minnesota right now, we're not seeing any coverage of that on TikTok. Quite literally, the only coverage that I'm seeing is through Instagram accounts that have news and the videos on X. And it's like, I don't want to check fucking X for anything. You know what I mean? Like, I hate that like we got addicted to Twitter, because now that I'm checking it under Elon's thing, it's just like, girl, I am literally like, gross. This is the last place I want to be. I wanted to talk about something that I felt was kind of interesting that started all of this and kind of bring it to your attention, because mind you, it's only our 4th day out here. We are literally 4 days into the sale of this fucking app, and it's already shit from a butt. So it's only gonna get worse, and it's only gonna get more censored. Let's talk about that. So a couple days ago, I don't know if you remember, but there was a new terms and conditions that popped up. Girl, and if you're anything like me, I always just click accept and keep it going with these things. But honey, let's read this. Updated corporate entity. I'm like, no average person is knowing what the fuck they're talking about. New types of location information. Okay, geolocation, you know, we may collect from you with your permission. It's very downplayed, right? How we use your information and how we collect it to show you ads outside of TikTok. Okay, so they're gonna show me honey buns with the information, we're good. So agree, right? Notice how there's no other option to disagree. Red flag number 1. And this shit is not even tinfoil hat. This is exactly what the new privacy policy says. Let's read. Information you provide may include sensitive personal information as defined under applicable state privacy laws, such as information from users under their relevant... Girl, they are just like boring the shit out of you. 2 lines down. Relevant age threshold. Fine. Got it. Information you disclose in survey responses in your user content about your racial or ethnic origin, national origin, religious beliefs, mental or physical health diagnosis, sexual life or sexual orientation, status such as transgender or non-binary, citizenship or immigration status, or financial information.
Yeah, it is pretty odd that they wouldn't allow us to necessarily disagree to the terms of service. Obviously, like most people just hit it and keep going, but like at least there's an option. But yeah, having an algorithm being able to determine these things about you, like your sexual orientation, your citizenship status, you understand how crazy that is. You know what that is actually implying? But there's very few apps in app history that just will not sell your information. If you are on an app and if you're using their services, 9 times out of 10, your information is being sold. So imagine somebody who's trying to struggle with getting their citizenship or immigration status approved, and you're just on TikTok and they just figure it out because you're on TikTok and your information got sold. That can ruin a lot of things for people. That can destroy a lot of families. That is actually insane.
This information, sure, it might be public. Sure, we might honestly share it. Like, think about when you did like college applications and stuff, right? Girl, you were putting your pronouns, you were putting your sexual orientation, things like that. That was pretty normal, right? You put it in your essay, whatever. Like, but when put in the hands of the people that were putting it in the hands of, I'm just like, why now? You know why, but why now? Why the fuck now is this relevant? What we have going on, especially in Minnesota, what we're seeing happen with ICE agents, what we're seeing happen where so much shit is being pushed and so much shit is being pushed past the limit we've ever even seen it thought to be pushed to before, it's just like unimaginable. Right? It was unimaginable that this information would be used against us, that this information would be targeted, that this information would be, you know, harvested in this way. And in so many ways, we're getting our rights violated and we're constantly seeing pushback. And their goal is to make us sound crazy.
I will say that is something I truly agree with. Like, I know people hate this word, but the level of gaslighting that is going around right now is actually insane. Like, the famous saying goes that the revolution will not be televised. What that essentially means is when people are trying to change the status quo, trying to stir the pot a little bit in any type of affairs when it comes to a nation, that nation will suppress all of that. All of that could be happening right under your nose. You won't see it just because it's not on your For You page, it's not on your YouTube channel, it's not on your Instagram feed. And it's honestly kind of scary. And I know a lot of people who will rather just ignore all of these issues, just go on their life per normal and just act like these things don't exist, where it's like, bro, this is somebody's real life. Just because it isn't yours doesn't mean it's not important. Like, this news is important and this news is relevant, but because it makes certain people look bad, it's like just put to the wayside and hidden from the public, where it's like, damn, this is real life.
The goal is to make it sound like it's unimaginable and crazy, and what we're saying is like far-fetched, but it's like, I'm sorry, but read the fucking fine print. Like, it's happening. Like, it's literally happening right in front of our eyes, and they're just counting on us to not say anything about it, to not make a big deal about it, to not refuse things. And the thing is, I hate to say refuse to use TikTok, but at the same time, it's like, if it gets down to that point, we need to have the strength and the courage to refuse to use these fucking applications when they're doing that shit. There are people that speak up because they can't sleep at night. There's people that speak up because they have friends and family they care about. There's people that speak up because they hate to see injustice in the world. But there's a fuck of a lot of people that speak up when their money's affected. And I hate to say that that's going to be some people's breaking point, but the more and more people you're going to see speak up. For me, censorship is a huge thing. I think the fact that TikTok was suppressing some things and whatever, it's like, girl, we've been suppressed on Facebook, we've been suppressed on Instagram, we've been suppressed on everywhere. But the fact that it's a full, total censorship now, you cannot even get a video to load or hit the For You page. The shit you're seeing on your For You page is from 4 years ago, 4 months ago, 3 days ago. That was never the case. So clearly things are happening and they're seeing how much we're okay with.
Ain't it scary how common it is? Entities will just push your buttons just to see how much they can get away with. Like, that's real. Like, they I'm not gonna lie, they really play in your face sometimes. Whether it be at home when a sibling is trying to see how far you can go without crashing out, or even bigger stuff like your job withholding pay and just seeing how long you can go without starting to fuss about it. Like, imagine working at a job and your paycheck not coming and you just being okay with that. Like, you see how crazy that sounds, right? It's no different here. It's no different on these social media apps. It's no different on TikTok. They are literally just trying to see how far they can go, how far they can push buttons before people just go out and say something. Or what they really should do is just get off the app.
I'm already not okay. I'm already not okay that we sold the fucking app. I'm already not okay the fact that we're seeing censorship. I'm already not okay seeing the fact that we cannot discuss actual news events that are happening in the United fucking States of America. Girl, you literally cannot say shit the way it actually is without it being docked, censored, watched, monitored. With this data collection that's going on, we don't know how this data is going to be used, right? So when we're reading these terms and conditions, when we're seeing what's highlighted, it's like, it's in the hands of people that clearly have ill intent. What the fuck did we just see? It's like, what the fuck do we do, right? Um, I'm just going to tell you, going forward on this channel, I am going to be very intentional about where I put my monetization efforts. I'm going to be very intentional about the ad revenue that we are using. I'm going to be very intentional about the brands that we're talking about and the brands that we're working with, because the thing is like, money really is at a core factor of so many of these things, that when businesses like boycotts work, right? When you see businesses like struggling because their money is getting hurt and their wallets are getting hurt, that's when you see change. And honestly, when we are at this all things fucking go land right now, where you can be as evil and as awful as possible and it doesn't fucking matter, at the end of the day, they care about their revenue, they care about their money. I like really like encourage you to like look at your boycotts, support local business, be careful and like cognizant about like where you're spending your time online, like who you are supporting, what applications you're really boosting. I'm also like really like, I hope that you know, are reading the fucking fine print on this shit, because the fact that we just all agreed to that and we are now day 4 and the app is already shit from my butt.
I'm gonna be honest, before doing research for this video, I had no clue or what date specifically that the US officially had blocked TikTok. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't opened TikTok in, I want to say, about 2 weeks. So I guess I ain't gonna lie, if I open TikTok right now, I think the terms of policy would still be there. But he's absolutely right. Like, us as a people, we have to be more attentive. We have to be more intentional with what we do, what we say, and what apps we use, because this stuff isn't new. It's been here. And we already made a video earlier about how people are just stuck to their phones and how they just can't stop swiping, can't stop viewing, and there's just things you can do to put that in place. And I feel like if the world just moved a little bit more, I guess with more thought, then a lot of this wouldn't be problems. I'm glad there's people like him out there that are posting videos about this subject. I'm glad there's people who I can actually talk to and have active conversations about this stuff, because it's really scary the amount of people who are just blind to all of this. Like, I know people who use TikTok every day, no problem. YouTube, no problem. Twitter, no problem. And it's okay for you to use these apps. I'm not saying it's a crime to be using Twitter or Instagram or whatnot, but you need to be informed on what's happening every time you like a photo, every time you post a story, every time you swipe on the For You page. And I know this sounds crazy coming from somebody who literally makes videos on a social media platform, but there's steps I take, and there's steps my team takes to make sure that we aren't giving more than we need to. It's a give and take type of. Ultimately, I think it's just important for us to just be aware. Just simply put, just be aware.
I'm like, yes, it's like funny, like sure, things aren't working and like it's not loading videos and oh my god, we're at 0 views, but it's like, what the fuck did we just agree to? Keep your eyes glued to what the fuck is going on. I'm just telling you, that's going to be a huge thing about this year for me, especially just going forward in my career. Like, I want to be very intentional about where my fucking eyes are going, where my dollars are going, what is happening, and I'm just sharing that with you. Behind the scenes, that has been a big like weight on me, but I just want to say, like, girl, we are in hell. Like, we are in hell, and we need to be very intentional about this shit going forward. So we have to hold on to the platforms that we do have, and we have to hold on to like the online spaces we do have, because not even just about causes and speech, but also it's just so many people's like livelihood. Like, think about how much time we spend online, and now we're losing the spaces that like keep us safe, keep us informed, and keep us connected. It's just scary as shit.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. Like, there's so many issues, so many problems that just the world just is just blind to. It's just so much things that are happening right here under your nose, down the street, one state over, up north, across the water, that you just don't know. Because let's be honest, half of us just don't care. Half of us don't care because, let's be honest, it doesn't directly affect us, so why do we care? Trust me, everything in this world matters. Like even the small stuff, because it can build up into bigger things. That thing that's happening overseas, it could be coming right here this entire time and you wouldn't even know. That thing that's happening 2 blocks over from you, it comes straight down to you and you wouldn't even know, because it's not really affecting you, or at least in a level that you care to be important. And that's the message I want to just relay to everybody. It's just be intentional, be aware. If TikTok can do something as shady as what they did in their terms of policies and get away with it, imagine what more could be done. All right, guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you took something away from it as well. If you are new to this channel and you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to leave us a like, comment, and subscribe. We are trying to grow as a community, so your help would be very much appreciated. With that being said, I'm T Banks. My other co-host is J-Dub, but he's not here in this video, but we will see you in the next one. Peace.